I would love to see some brown cow, brown cow.
Hey you guys, Erin here with Clevver on the red carpet, talking to the cast of The Flash, getting all the deets on what's going to happen at the end of season 1. Take a look. First thoughts about the Reverse Flash suit. Were you jealous at all?
He does have some of that like armor stuff going on, which is kind of cool. I mean, that would make me look a little bulkier, I guess. So I could do with some armor next year for sure. Yeah.
This dynamic in this next season change once Barry comes face to face with Harrison in a brawl.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how it'll change.
It's broadcasted.
Next.
How are you, bud? Very good. You concentrate.
Okay. Yeah. You look over there. It was, what are we talking about?
How does it feel to unleash your inner villain?
Here's what's interesting. Even in his current incarnation, he is still a mentor to Barry, and you will see why in the upcoming episodes. He still is a mentor. Barry still needs him, and he needs Barry.
How will Harrison and Barry coming together change the dynamic?
I don't know next season what's going to happen yet, because there's still so much to be revealed this season with that dynamic changing. But yeah, I've been saying a lot today. Barry's going to have to get a lot better at lying in the next half of the season, because recently he's just been trying to hide his identity or his secret identity from Iris, but now he's having to lie face to face to a genius about actually knowing his identity. So it changes things drastically, to say the least.
How will Cisco handle it when Barry goes up against Harrison?
Wow. You know, to be honest, I don't really know the full answer to that yet, because it's like such an extended saga. You know what I mean? Like the episode that we're airing on Tuesday is sort of where that saga starts to really get rolling in terms of its momentum, and all the way through the end of the season there's a big sort of whodunit energy about it, where we start to discover our feelings about what's going on as we discover the facts. So it's hard to say right now, you know what I mean?
How will we see Iris's relationship with Barry evolve over the next couple of episodes?
It gets really juicy, especially episode 15, and it only gets juicier by the end of the series. I think questions that fans have had from episode 9, where she didn't really answer his question about how she felt about him, it definitely gets answered in this episode coming up on Tuesday.
Where's Eddie's heart? Is it really with Iris, or is he going to be rethinking inviting her to move in?
Well, that's a very good question. I think Eddie's very much a grown-up. He's very grounded. He's more the man, and Barry's more the boy. You know, he's populous since he was, you know, he was one of those irritating guys at high school that you hated because they were just good at everything. His heart is always in the right place at the moment. You know, we see him being very grounded and mature, but at the same time, he doesn't want to get walked over. You know, he's not one of those guys either. He's very much like, you know, he'll punch you if you step on it, you know, if you mess with this girl.
Iris is just struggling to kind of deal with having the man that she's always kind of grown up with and loved in a very brotherly way, and this really great man who's just, you know, always been kind of good to her. It's hard to decide between the two, and she's never thought of Barry as anything more than a brother.
There's a date between the love of your life and, well, Barry's life, the love of his life and a girlfriend. How awkward does that get?
It gets 10 times more awkward than our little date in jitters, trust me. There's so much going on, there's so many storylines, you know, there's Wells, there's all the stuff between me and Iris and Barry, obviously, Barry and Felicity, and then of course Felicity and her and Brandon Ruth, who we had such fun filming it. So there's just so much going on that the scene almost played itself, you know, because there's all this wonderful stuff bubbling underneath. Yeah, it gets very awkward. I mean, it was a really awkward day.
Barry really tries to be respectful of that whole situation with Caitlin and kind of views it as a really fragile thing. So, not drastically. I mean, even though he's gone now, like, first of all, Barry's dating Linda right now. Iris is the... Did we lose lights? What just happened? Barry is...
Can't handle the superpower.
Barry is dating Linda, in love with Iris, and I mean, and knows that Caitlin's been through a lot, so I think he kind of wants to keep her as a close friend. That could change, but I think that's where Barry's head is at right now.
His job as the Flash make things more complicated?
With them eventually being together? I mean, I think so. It's a dangerous job, and I think, you know, first and foremost, Iris will always see Flash as Barry, someone that she loves and wants to protect.
You know, I think Caitlin will always care about Barry and, you know, want to make sure he's okay.
Will we see a little love in Cisco's life this season?
You can always expect to see a little love in Cisco's life. Cisco goes through some romantic issues, some romantic troubles in his life. You know what I'm saying? Like, he puts it out there. You know what I mean? He puts his feelings out there, and they're not necessarily reciprocated all the time. You know, and that sort of unrequited situation is it's a tough thing to deal with.
Will he get the girl in the end?
I like to think so. When that's gonna happen, I don't know. Let's hope it happens soon.
Right. I want to see some brown chicken, brown cow.
I would love to see some brown chicken, brown cow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about time travel. How big of an impact will that play in what we see coming up?
A big impact, because I mean, it kind of, Barry thinks he wants to go back in time and save his mom from ever being murdered, but the time travel kind of eventually shows him that that's not really an option, because he can't really change anything. But it also opens new doors for Barry and how to handle Reverse Flash and how to defeat Reverse Flash.
What do you think about the crossovers? Oh, they're so fun. It's so exciting. You know, we shoot on the same lot in Vancouver, and unfortunately we don't get to see each other as much as we would like, so it was really fun to be a part of it.
Well, it's interesting because Sarah is going to be on the series. How will we know that she's back? Will it be in dialogue, or will there be a big scene that explains it?
There's going to be there's a very good explanation for how Katie Lotz is on the new series, and we'll just have to wait to see how that happens.
And for more on The Flash, click in that video box on the left for a roundup of things you don't know. And speaking of Arrow, we have things you don't know about that show too, so click in that video box on the right for that.